Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mark with Limo Marketer. I'm joined by Vic, or Vikal, call him Vic, from Regal
Yeah,
Carriages. He's actually based in Auburn, California, which is just outside of Sacramento. So thanks for joining me, Vic.
thanks for having me, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. So we were just talking, and I was like, this is so much good stuff. I want to just hit the record button. Tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about your business. How you started, how long you've been in the industry, the types of clients you serve, things like that.
Yeah. So I've been in the industry for the last 10 years. Drove for the first 7 years. Drove all over. I worked for Universal and drove their shuttle buses, tour bus. I had school bus license, so I did a lot of step stuff. Traveled all over, pretty much from Los Angeles to Seattle,
Oh, wow.
driving the tour buses, So in 2017, me and my wife decided, no, what, maybe we saw the potential. We loved the idea of working from home, you know, and because before that I was working probably 60, 70 hours a week
Oh, wow.
nowadays. So when we decided, okay, we'll just jump in and start our limo industry or limo business because by then I had a good amount of knowledge
Yeah.
how the industry works. I had a good amount of connections with other limo companies because me and my wife are both social, so making
Yeah.
connects with other people whenever we see them on the road or wineries or wherever, it
Yeah.
was super easy. So we started building networks, and yeah, 2017 I bought a brand new party bus Mercedes, and then I mean we started in July, and right off the bat started getting trips with other affiliates. I mean they kept us afloat for the first year.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, really thankful for that, but yeah, even I mean, we still get a lot of field trips, and so yeah, we are really new business. We love it. We love the idea of not working, 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time together at home. We work really well. Some couples don't. We do. We work really really well. So that's why I think that's part of our success. So yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. And so you currently have the party bus right now, correct? Just
Say
to
that again.
So you currently just have the party bus right now then?
Yes, we currently have the party bus right now. Yes.
Okay. And why did you decide, why was that the first vehicle you bought? I'm guessing you knew you might get a lot of affiliate work from it.
Yeah, a lot of affiliate work, and I think I like the idea of party bus. The ticket sales are pretty high,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, like I could go for like 2 days a week and come home with decent amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
and plus, I mean, we were able to charge quite a bit because we had brand new garage party bus, and so yeah, it worked out pretty well for us. I mean, we were still reasonable, but yeah, I think because the initially the idea was like uh, we want to work less and make a decent amount of money, so party bus at that point seemed right. So
Yeah.
that so based off of that we have done that so far, but it's been fun. Yeah.
No, that's a good insight. I mean, yeah, with the airport transfers and everything, much lower ticket. You need to do a lot more of the runs, but also the overhead, like you were saying earlier, is going to be a little bit higher with
Yeah.
the party bus. So, do you think you would have changed things at all, or do you like kind of the trajectory you gone? If you had to do it all over again, would you still have bought the party bus first, or maybe bought that second?
So I mean, if I were to start over again, I would definitely start smaller than party bus, even an SUV.
Okay.
But just because really thankful we had quite a bit of money, so we did a really good down payment on the party bus. So
Okay.
our overhead was really low.
Nice. Okay.
So that was the only reason I think we were able to do it really well because our overhead was so low. But for beginners, I would suggest definitely with a SUV because I think, I mean, especially where I live in Auburn, SUV will keep you busy pretty much every day, even if it's just one airport run, from Auburn to Sacramento.
Yeah.
Definitely it will. And so, yeah, I'll definitely start small.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
were saying where you're at, you just realized there might not be the fulfillment for, there's really no one in your area right now. I'm actually from Auburn, California, so I know
Yeah.
where Auburn and Grass Valley is. And those are, pretty small markets, especially Grass Valley. That's a ways out. And there
Yeah.
aren't many companies that can service those areas.
Yeah, true, and that's very true. And talking to other limo companies, they keep telling me that you are in the best location possible because there are no companies that I know of or that they know of that serve this Auburn, Grass Valley, Nevada area.
Yeah,
So, and other companies they do service, but it's so expensive that people can't afford it.
exactly.
Me living in Auburn, I can have a decent price point for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they keep telling me I'm sitting on a gold mine, so I'm like trying to implement business here as well.
Yeah, so that might be your next purchase, possibly an SUV to start capturing some of that
Yeah,
market share there.
true. Yeah.
Awesome.
There's a lot of business according to uh, all the other companies that get calls from Grass Valley. There's quite a business to be captured here.
Nice.
So
Okay. And so we first started working together about, I think it was pretty much 3 months ago, exactly, correct? And
yeah,
I think it was 3 months. And so what were you doing before then as far as marketing is concerned? Had you tried SEO, Yelp? Have you done any other pay-per-click or anything like that?
we were doing Yelp. We were strictly doing Yelp. We were getting calls and stuff daily, and conversions. But it was kind of getting disappointed with Yelp. We got like 2 false reviews saying, we provided really horrible service, that we owned a Hummer. We don't even own a Hummer. We have never had. And we complained to Yelp. They would not take it down because she was a professional Yelper. So,
Oh, I see.
so it was just like, okay, wait, I'm paying you so much money and I'm getting all these bad reviews
Yeah.
that are totally false. They never bought a service from me or anything. I don't even own a Hummer. So that was, I think, that's when we decided we need to go some other way because it's not helping us. And plus, we were just getting a lot of people. I don't know what the term is, just kicking tires. Like okay, just checking it out and wasting.
I see. A lot of price shoppers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like our prices are decent, but it's not cheap as also because we provide a really good service actually.
And you have a brand new Gretsch bus, right?
Yeah, a brand new Gretsch bus. I'm really well knowledge in entire Napa, Amador, San Francisco. Like I go all these places without any GPS. Like I know where all the hot spots are. So and so far, I mean, it's we also like internally rate our clients. We have good clients, but we just felt like Yelp was like there was no benefit towards us. Like if we complain something, hey, this person gave us a false review, their response is sorry, we can't do anything. It's a review.
Yeah.
Like,
but they block good reviews all the time, right?
And there's the thing, and we have like if we go on our Yelp, we have I think 50 plus 5-star reviews that are non-recommended.
Wow.
But the 2 bad ones are at the very top. I'm like,
yeah, we can't do anything about that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure you can.
Yeah, so it didn't make a sense for us to pay $300-400 a month.
Yeah, no.
Just let the money waste away on clicks and unnecessary,
Yeah, that would be super frustrating.
So that's when I saw some of the testimonials from Boston Limo Company, and I pretty much saw all the testimonials before I gave you a call.
Yeah, no, you had done your research, which I prefer because then you kind of get an idea about what I provide. And so we worked together for 3 months. So what was kind of your initial thoughts? What was your experience like? I know I hammered it home that Vic, you can't miss these calls. You got to respond to quote requests right away. And you were on top of that. Well, actually, you have your wife. She's really good. I listen to some of the recorded calls I do for all of my clients, and she's really good on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I don't know, for some reason, I always mess up on the phones. So that's why she does all the phone calls, like, and she's really excellent at following up daily. And like, we receive a text message, she'd get the quote ready immediately and call within like 2-3 minutes.
Nice.
So many people who called us or text messages, they were surprised, like, whoa, I didn't expect a call from you guys so early. So which was good, and she would follow up with them. I don't know how many trips we have booked just by following up.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, that's incredible.
Because some people call, their trips are like, maybe a month or two apart,
Yep.
out, and we just follow up with them. And they're like, we haven't, nobody else has called us back, so we'll just go with you. So,
no, that's powerful.
Since the beginning, it was interesting, the potential.
Yeah. So this is kind of weird because Vic actually, he paused his campaign. Today is November, 5th?
And
Vic paused it. He told me at the end of October, hey, man, I'm going to pause. And so typically when a client tells me that, I'm like, oh, man, he's just not getting the results. But that actually wasn't 100% the case. So the campaign was generating a decent, and you weren't even spending, he had a pretty low ad spend. And his campaign, it was generating consistent leads, but what was the issue that you were running into?
The issue is I didn't have enough assets. I had to give a few trips away to other companies, and they didn't do a good job. So I can't take a risk of sending my client to a company that does not do a good job. So the bottom line was assets. Like there's so many trips, I only had one party bus.
Yeah.
That is the only reason. So right now we're in the middle of, thinking long term, okay, how many party bus we need? So maybe we need one extra or something.
Yeah.
So that was our biggest problem, assets.
Yeah.
Pretty brand new company, 3 years old, it's kind of, you go paycheck to paycheck for a while, but we've done pretty well so far, thankfully. But yeah, bottom line was, came down to we didn't have enough assets, and we hate saying no to our clients, like, sorry, we can't book you. Sorry, we can't book you.
Sure. Well, also, each lead you get, you're spending money, right?
Yeah.
So not only can you not service them, but you're also kind of losing money because you can't service that particular client. Now that's going to happen. That happens to, pretty much all companies once in a while, but it shouldn't be happening really frequently, which it sounds like it was, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah. And that was the most sucky part, saying no to a lot of clients, like, hey, sorry. And I do have few affiliates that always book, we gave them trips, but like, okay, this can't happen. Like, so we decided to, okay, let's pause the campaign now. Just save all of that cash, try and get another party bus, used one or whatever, and then probably continue again coming April or May, and give a full 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
It worked for us, so.
Yeah. Well, and here's what I will say. So you started out with a pretty low ad spend. We never adjusted it. And so, I mean, just imagine easily getting 2 to 3 times. So how my pricing works is I charge a flat fee. I don't charge a percentage of ad spend. Yeah. And the reason I do that is because I want to be able to tell my clients, hey, you should spend more ad spend and not have it benefit me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to give advice to someone when it, if you take their advice, it benefits them. You're like, so is he giving me this advice because he really thinks it will benefit me or not? And so that's why I moved to a flat fee. And so you were actually paying less in ad spend than what I charge, which is incredible because you were still, I think you had mentioned you a little more than broke even, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So just imagine, doubling or tripling that ad spend, that would double to triple your lead volume. And what that does is it essentially, really what matters is how much are you paying per lead, right? And so to figure out that, you have to figure your ad spend, and then what you're paying your agency. Because let's say you're getting, 60 leads a month, and let's say you're spending, let's say 500 in ad spend. But let's say, your agency charges the same amount, 500. So
Yeah.
you're really spending $1,000 a month to get those 60 leads. But now imagine if you double, triple, or quadruple your ad spend and that fee stays the same, that essentially lowers your cost per lead. And so your cost per lead, it wasn't super low, but I think really, you have, your wife is just really good about quoting quickly. Like hardly anyone ever follows up after the initial quote, probably less than 5% of limo companies do this, but it sounds like your wife, she's a really good asset to have. That's your number one asset right there, because it sounds like she's hungry, but she's also, a part owner of the business, right? You guys are a team. And so, when operators tell me, hey, I'm working with like a Limo Live or something like that, look, I understand that might be your only choice, but if you have someone who's incentivized to be booking, because she knows, she books, this bus, or she books up the bus for the weekend.
Yeah.
She's going out to a nice dinner or something because she actually sees that money.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
And so, really looking forward to when, you've got, an extra, what do you think? Maybe one more party bus would make it a lot easier to make a campaign profitable, right?
Yeah. And I think the most exhausting thing even for her was she'd get all these bookings, and then she'd have to tell the client, okay, here are the prices, but I have to see if I have any vehicles left. So she spent so much time just calling other limo companies, hey, you have this, you have that, Some of the limo companies that we work with, they are really amazing. They'll try to move things around and see if they can accommodate us, but still at the end, sometimes they're like, nothing available. And then you have to call them like, hey, we did our best and we just don't have enough vehicles.
Yeah.
So, and don't get me wrong, there are enough vehicles in the area, but they're so expensive that we can make money off of it. So.
Well, exactly. Like if you were getting all these leads for free, you might be able to make the numbers work. But since you're paying to acquire these clients, your margin is eaten up by the cost per lead, your client acquisition cost. But now at least you see like, okay, the next step is now to add that additional bus or whatever it is you think you need. And that potential is there now. You can get the clients, right?
True, very true. Yeah, there's huge potential, especially where I live. So so I'm like trying to be patient, trying to get a vehicle.
Exactly.
If I could get a vehicle right now, but it takes some time. So
and that case study you watched, that Boston company, I don't think we mentioned it on the video, but we were spending in the multiple thousands a month on ad spend. So it's not like when he hit 80 grand that month, it's not like he was spending $1,000 a month. He was spending a good chunk of change in ad spend, and that's really what it takes. But the nice thing about Google Ads is once you have a campaign that's working at, let's say, $500 a month, if you double or triple it, that will just double or triple your lead volume, which should double or triple the amount of jobs you get. That's the idea. And so, excited for when you can give this another shot. So what would you tell anyone that's considering, trying pay-per-click out with Limo Marketer? What would be kind of your advice to them, knowing what you know now?
Definitely. Try it. If you have more than one or two vehicles, try it. Even if you have SUV, just try it. I got stuck because of not enough assets. I just realized the only reason we broke even every month was because we only had one party bus. If I had two or three, then I'd whatever. I had made a lot of profit. More than breaking even. Because I captured a lot of trips, but I was just able to capture that one or whatever. So it kind of broke even. Right. I'll definitely say it's better than Yelp.
Well, and it's really like important what you just said. Try it. Like I think so many times people are afraid of, getting ripped off or losing money. In my opinion, even if you break even if you lose a little money, at least hopefully you've learned something, right?
Yeah.
And if you break even, that's really a win over time. You maybe not with the party bus world, but when you're doing corporate and airport, breaking even over time, you will pick up repeat customers, repeat client.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of times operators will they know they want to do something and they're just afraid to try it because what could possibly go wrong, but not looking at the potential upside. So if they stay where they're at and remain, pretty much just a well-paid driver, they can do that, but, nothing's really going to change. And if they try it, worst case scenario, maybe they lose a little money, but what is the potential upside is you can really start growing your business, which I know that, with yourself and your wife, I know you guys by 2020, 2021, I know you'll have several buses, and I know you guys will be doing well because
definitely. And because our specific niche is party bus. Most of the stuff happens with party bus on the weekends.
Yeah.
Versus if I used your services for an SUV, I might be doing stuff every day.
Yeah.
So that's where I think it's really beneficial. Like I did Google Ads before you myself. To be honest, it's so confusing. I'm like, I don't get how.
Oh yeah, you did run a campaign yourself, right?
Last December for Christmas lights tour. It was only $300, so we broke even. But I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So much stuff in the end was just like, okay, I don't get any of this. And for me, I think it was more of coming out of this small business mindset. I have to do everything. I have to do payroll. I have to do driving. I have to do everything. So I'm like, okay, before I lose my mind, I need a professional.
Yeah.
So that's what pushed me. Okay, you know what? If you want your business to grow, networking and have professional people.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Like, even though it might hurt me for the first month or two, but
no. Well, there's always typically where you're at right now, or even someone a little, maybe not even to your point. It's kind of like taking a step back to take two steps forward.
Yeah.
And it looks like you've done that and you get it, and you're lucky that you get it, because some people never figure that part out. They're just too kind of afraid of what could potentially happen, what could go wrong, and
that's it took me about solid 3 months to say yes to your campaign.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, it took me because the same thing happened when I bought my first party bus. It took me 6 months to jump in, because the risk, and then what was it? Yeah, it's even taking me a little bit of time to say yes to the SUV and another party bus. Like right now, it's like every time I do something, it's a risk.
Yeah.
Second thing is I think the timing wasn't perfect for me when I started the campaign, because I only had 3 or 4 months, but I'll definitely start early next year, so I can give solid 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now it's almost the end of the year. Now I have to start thinking, tax season coming up, slow season is coming up.
Yeah.
So all the renewal, registration, insurance, so everything's gonna pile up in January and February. So I'm like, okay, I gotta be smart about this.
Yeah. So maybe, start it at a time of year that, where you can give it a full, 6 months. But with your campaign, I believe it started out, because some campaigns start out really slow. I think it started out decent right away, right? You started generating leads pretty much right away, right?
Yeah, it was decent. We literally, I think 10 minutes into you publishing the campaign, we received, I think, first text message.
Oh, whoa, was it that quick? Oh, cool.
it was that quick, because I remember, because I was with you on the phone. You had just called me hey, you just went live. And then I got a call while I was on the phone with you. And I got a text message. I'm like, is this how it's going to look like? You were like, yes, jump on it. So
yeah, now I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So that doesn't happen for everyone, but It does. I try to always give worst case scenario, and sometimes it can take, I've had it take 2 or 3 days, but many times it is that quick where you turn it on, because as soon as you turn it on, your ads are there, right?
Yeah.
So it's really the luck of the draw. Some people get their first job their first hour. Some people take a few days, but that's the nice thing about Google Ads. It starts working right away. And whenever you're ready and you have the assets in place, we're going to give it another go. And this time we're going to, like I was saying, I want to increase your lead volume because, again, when you're paying that fixed cost, that monthly fixed cost, if we, for the agency fee, if we can increase your ad spend, that's going to get you more leads for a lower amount per lead. And you might be surprised at how much potential business there is in your area just searching for party buses. We could probably get you 6, 7, 8 leads a day potentially. Which
and like me and my wife, our goal meanwhile is to build relationship with other limo companies, so we know we can farm stuff out when we get. The more vehicles we have, the better it is for me.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, so that's what our goal is, and we are slowly just going upwards every year.
Exactly.
So we've been pretty lucky. So it's been fun.
Awesome. Well, Vic, I know you guys are going to be successful. You and your wife make a good team. She's a killer on the phones, and you don't get many people following up. I just want to say that before we end this. Like, the reason Vic had so much success, I wish I could say, it's because I did such a good job. What it really came down to is Vic was answering quickly. He was following up. I heard his wife on the phone calls. She's very cheerful. She's like, she's just someone you'd want to talk to on the phone. If you're not like that on the phone, people can feel it, and they want to work with someone they're comfortable with, right? Someone they can have a conversation with. And the reason Vic had success is because of that,
I mean, my wife carries this folder everywhere full of, she prints out all the leads. Follow up with them. And she writes it down, like what time, what day she calls them back, and all this. She'll have like new ones every day in here. She follows up even when she's on the road.
Really?
Yeah. Even when we're traveling, we go to San Francisco, she'll pull this out, start following up on it. So
that right there, folks, you heard it there. And you don't need to have like some HubSpot. You don't need Active Campaign or Salesforce. You can have a folder with papers in it. I guarantee you guys probably close at a higher rate than people that have these, and that's even a service I provide as a CRM. It doesn't matter how you're organizing it. What matters is that you're actually doing it, which your wife sounds like she's committed.
Yeah, and also the good thing about this, we get all this information there, information sells. So we have their emails that we added to our spreadsheet, and I think last week we sent out a Christmas lights tour. We already have, I think, 2 or 3 bookings with that.
Oh, no way. Nice. So you're building a database, right? Which has value in and of itself. You can send them, discounts, promotions. That's why it's so important to keep all, we still got those in the Google Sheet.
Yeah, I think so far we have, I think, more than 200 emails and phone numbers and addresses just from this last 3 months of.
I believe it.
Yeah. Nice. So it's been fun. It's just assets. I need
exactly. Get some more buses.
Well, if anybody's listening, they want to give me free assets.
Right. Yeah, call AJ. I just spoke with AJ over at Gretsch. Call him up. Hey, AJ, can you give my man a killer deal on a new bus? Cool. Hey, Vic, thanks so much, man. Again, I really appreciate you doing this and giving people insight, because there's so many people that are in your spot right now, and they're wondering, should I take the leap? Should I try it out? Just keep in mind what Vic said. You need to have the assets in place. I don't really think what I do works as well if you're trying to cross or, farm everything out, because that margin, unless you're getting really good deals, then that margin is just eaten up by the client acquisition cost.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have a wife like Vic does, who is a killer on the phones. And, even if she doesn't carry a red folder around everywhere, you know, maybe logging the leads on somewhere, you know, keeping track somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you do it. Pen and paper works too, as long as you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And thanks. I'm excited for this and looking forward to when we restart the campaign again. And for other people, I mean, if they need help with Nicole with anything, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or wherever.
Yeah, Regal Carriages, they're out of Auburn, California, which is a suburb of Sacramento. They have a brand new Gretsch party bus.
Yeah.
So, and look, Vic's been a pleasure to work with so far. Really easy to talk to. And so.
Yeah, it's been easy. Like, I don't get 100 calls from you like Yelp. Like, hey, we have this promotion. I mean, like, we set the campaign and it just did its job. So, which I love.
Yeah. Well,
it was headache-free, hassle-free, easy.
Yeah. Well, that's what you want, right? Everything else is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
So, cool, Vic. Well, thanks so much for taking the time, and I'll let you go now. But thanks again, man.
And thanks so much for helping us, me and Nicole, with everything. And yes, we definitely look forward to April or May sometime.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Have a good day.